Arsenal left Old Trafford with 3 points and a low pulse. The scoreboard read 1-0, but the match hummed with questions more than celebrations. On paper, it was an opening week scalp, a tidy defensive result that will sit well in the win column. Yet inside and outside the club, there is talk that the performance felt strangely muted. A team that achieved what it needed without ever truly stirring the crowd or itself. That flatness didn't go unnoticed. Reporters and insiders picked at the seams, searching for a reason the Gunners failed to sparkle on such a loud stage. Behind those whispers came a new detail that shifted the conversation. A sickness had passed through Arsenal's training base in the days before the trip to Manchester, and some within the game now think that bug dulled the side's customary voltage. Miguel Delaney, writing in his Inside Football newsletter, flagged concern about an unusual lack of snap in Arsenal's play. Not tactical naivety so much as a team operating slightly off-tempo. Like musicians whose instruments were fine but whose fingers needed warming up. That suggestion reframed the post-match analysis. Perhaps this was not only about tactics, but about bodies and their ability to execute with crispness. The human face of that illness, according to multiple reports, was Martin Zubimendi. The new summer signing was reportedly struck by a severe stomach bug in the build-up, missing 2 full training sessions and only narrowly making the squad for Old Trafford. He fought to be available, and the fact he was on the pitch is a testament to his commitment. But there's an unavoidable question. Can a player carry match intensity after a sickness that cost him preparation time? When a single midfielder is operating at even 75 to 80%, the rhythm of the team's midfield machine can stutter. Passes that usually land like clockwork wobble, and the link between defence and attack loses its snap. Whether it was Zubimendi's absence from training, a handful of teammates also affected, or simply the after effects of a bug passing through a tight group, the result was the same. Arsenal never looked completely themselves. New signings who carry weighty expectations had quieter nights than hoped, and the usual mid-block pressure that defines Mikel Arteta's philosophy seemed blunter, less insistent. It's tempting to chalk up football's flat performances to tactics, to planning, to the opponent's strengths. Real life is messier though. A stomach bug is an invisible opponent that saps energy, concentration and confidence in ways a pre-match analysis can't quantify. The implications matter beyond one match report. For teams chasing trophies, momentum is oxygen, training rhythms, match sharpness, rotation plans and the psychological lift of convincing performances compound across weeks. If a training ground illness can dent sharpness for a marquee gain, it exposes vulnerabilities in squad depth, in recovery protocols, and in how quickly new signings can be integrated when they lose critical preparation time. Arsenal's camp will want to know if this was a one-off blip that will evaporate with a clean week of training, or a sign that minor disruptions could nudge fine margins away from them over a long campaign. What to watch next is straightforward. The next team sheet, the minutes given to new signings, and what the manager says about training reports and player fitness. If the bug was fleeting and Arsenal sessions this week regain their usual pulse, the Old Trafford night will be filed as a nervous but ultimately useful victory. If more players show niggles or performances remain subdued, the conversation will shift from one match to the larger project. Can this squad sustain a title push when even a short bout of illness can interrupt its rhythm? For now, the headlines read 1-0 and the win is real. But the fuller story is being written in training rooms, recovery notes, and the quiet, urgent conversations that follow a victory that felt, to many, a little too flat.